One of the challenges I've come across within young people is resilience. So I'm going to talk to you about that today. But what is resilience? According to one definition, it is the capacity to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties. It is your ability to face adversity and bounce back despite hardship. Resilience is not something that you're born with. It can be learned over a period of time. But why is resilience so important? And why I believe we have less resilience today than our previous generations? We face challenges in life all the time. Some are smaller than others, some are larger than others, and some actually seem impossible to overcome. Resilience is tested through these challenges, through trauma or tragedy in your life, or maybe your health concerns, or maybe your relationships, or maybe at work or at school or university. In fact, we will probably face all of these challenges throughout our lifetime. How we deal with them defines how resilient you are. Resilient people face these tests, but they have the tenacity to deal with the circumstances, to rise above the challenges. According to Harvard University, one way to understand the development of resilience is to visualize a balance scale or a seesaw. Protective experiences and coping skills on one side counterbalance significant adversity on the other. It is that balance that creates resilience. If your coping mechanism is lighter, you tend to have less resilience. And so the idea is to increase weight on how we build the mindset that helps coping with struggle or challenges in a healthy manner. And one of the great examples of resilience is J.K. Rowling. She was really struggling to write the book. In fact, when she wrote Harry Potter, she was rejected about 12 separate times by 12 separate publishers. She persisted through hardship and became the most famous author of her generation. Resilience is in fact a learned behavior. It requires adapting to new habits and new behaviors. And I'm going to talk to you about some of them today. The first one is really the confidence. Learn to build confidence, self-confidence. Take small steps, make small decisions. Small decisions can lead to bigger steps. Once your confidence builds over time, you will be comfortable taking risks and become more resilient. So that's confidence. Second one is values. What are your values? What are your principles? What do you stand by? And what are your ultimately non-negotiables? And what are the values that define how you make decisions? Values really help you focus on what's important to you. They help you navigate the complexities and make things clearer. Sticking to your values will enable you to see the things that matter to you. And once you have that laser focus or laser eye, you can start building resilience. So that's your values, your principles, and your non-negotiables. The third one is really your network and friendship. Having a really strong network and friendship is really, really important because it helps you give a perspective. It helps you get help. And it gives you a fresh perspective or fresh eyes to your problems, your challenges. So make sure that you have a really strong network. And it's not about quantity, but it's really about quality. The next one is optimism, the idea of a positive mindset. If you have a positive mindset, it helps you see through your problems again and again. If you have a negative mindset, then you'll probably just give up after a first try. The positive mindset or the optimism helps you keep going and going. And once you go through again and again a certain challenge, you become more resilient. So have a positive mindset. But of course, you have to balance that with a bit of a realism as well. So you don't want to be overly optimistic, but just the right amount of optimism is good to build resilience. The next one is gratitude. It's really about being happy and content and thankful to what you have today versus constantly being in the mindset of, I want more, I want this and that. Of course, you have to be ambitious, but if you're not grateful to what you have today, then it's very difficult to move past the problem or the challenge that you're trying to solve for. Because if you're not grateful to what you've achieved so far, it's going to be very difficult to pleasing yourself or pleasing others. And it's not about pleasing others really, it's just making sure that you're moving forward at a good pace that you're happy with. So being grateful for whatever you have is extremely important to building resilience. And I'm going to leave you here with a quote by Nelson Mandela, and it really personifies resilience. And the quote goes, "Do not judge me by my success, judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again." Thank you.